Hi, gorgeous humans. You're looking good today. I'm here to talk to you about ancestors. What is your relationship with your ancestors, whether you're aware of it or not? What is the importance of ancestors? How to get in contact with your ancestors. So, in May, Tuesday and Thursday evenings in May, I will be giving a class for women only about how to activate your magic, and this will be one of the themes that we're covering, so we'll go deeper into it. But I'm just going to give you a little overview for everyone to hear in this little video. So, our bodies, our cells, our DNA are made up of metabolized experiences that become matter. So there are memories stored in your DNA. There is adaptation to environment stored in your DNA. So culture and trauma responses and trauma resolution and creative solutions all go together. We are constantly, whether it just be at the job or interacting with your environment, your physical environment, or in a certain family dynamic, we are constantly facing challenges and finding creative solutions. And over a long period, the challenge may be a hot sun or a lack of a certain nutrients or a lack of water or whatever the challenge is. We as individuals and as tribes and as a collective, we're always finding solutions, and these solutions become tied to culture, become tied to and then all of these experiences, whether they be positive or negative, become metabolized and become matter. So you are carrying in your body all of the experiences of your ancestors. You may be here, you may not be in touch with the traditions, the customs that they had, or the food that they ate. You may or may not even know very much about it at all, but you still are carrying the memories in your DNA. And I kind of see it as like a ball that's rolling and it's put in motion. So you are the current edge of consciousness, but you have all this momentum behind you. So, do you ever wonder about free will? Like, you come up with an idea and you think, I'm gonna do this. I am going to never eat carbs again. I am going to wake up every day at 6 a.m. and run, or whatever. You get some idea, right? And then it's will and free will. But whatever and to a large degree, although we do have free will, we are heavily, 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 heavily influenced by our animal nature, by this animal that we are, right? This machine, this robot, this animal that is made up of this material that has been constructed and set into motion with a certain force of all of our ancestors behind us. So being prone to depression or alcoholism, or being sensitive to the sun, or other things, these are things that have a lot of momentum behind them. Like, I can't just go out in the sun and not get sunburned, because over thousands and thousands of years, my ancestors have been developing certain survival techniques that have been metabolized in my body, that I am now living with that momentum behind me. So whether or not you're aware of where your ancestors came from, or of what their lives were like, or what they ate, or what they thought, or what kind of gods they worshipped, you're still carrying it in you. So your good habits, your bad habits are influenced. And of course, we do have a degree of free will, so we can alter our fate. But we are working with, think about like a car that's driving really fast, right? How, what would it take to, like, the faster you're going, like the harder you have to press on the brakes and the longer it takes to stop the car and then pivot. You know, when it comes to fortune telling, you can tell the future based off of what direction your feet are pointing and how fast you're going, right? And if you want to change that fortune, then you must pivot, right? So, but the point here is more to get in touch with the momentum that is behind us. What has set us into motion, and what wisdom do we want to uh, bring forward to create in the most beautifully conscious way uh, our future? You know, because you are the cutting edge of consciousness, and you have all of your ancestors behind you. And so we are going to be getting in touch with our ancestors in my Witchy Women Magic Activation class. So here's the thing. We have so much wisdom inside of us. So much wisdom inside of us. We need to remember it. And I am going to guide you in a process to help you activate this remembering of what you are. So we're going to be covering a number of themes. We're going to be covering, let me tell you, we are covering how to receive messages from your ancestors and working with healing the family lineage, moving forward in a way, in the best way possible, given the circumstances of where we've come from and where we want to go. We are going to be learning about plants and how to listen and communicate with plants and work with plants medicinally. We are going to learn the alchemy of the elements and learn how to understand the fabric of all reality. We're going to be working with the fates and learning how to cast and craft our own spells. So if this is something you're interested in, then get in contact with me. It's going to be May, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 8. And it's going to be a very select group of women who are already activating and just wanting to go deeper. And we're going to be learning with and from each other. And we're going to really be tapping into the wisdom of the group. And I'm going to be channeling the class, which means that I'm opening myself up to something greater than me to work through me. And so when I do that, I always learn a lot too, because it's greater than me. So I'm looking forward to working with you, and reach out if this resonates. Much love.